Andy Johnson, Minnesota State University. The title of this short lesson plan, or the topic, is writing lesson plans, or more accurately, planning a writing experience. Now, a couple basic things. Never ask students to simply write a story about a frog, write a story about. That's too open-ended. That's too abstract. That's not enough structure. What if someone asks you, write a story about a frog and a prince? Well, no, that's coming from outside them. The goal of our writing lessons, our writing experiences, our goal is to enable children to create meaning with print. That's why we have writing experiences, not to do correct grammar or spelling or punctuation. There are other places with that. But we want them to be able to express their ideas, describe their experiences. Now, most of your writing experiences or writing lesson plan consist of only 3 parts of the 5-part writing process: pre-write, draft, and share. Now, this is different. If you're doing writing workshop or some other thing, you teach 5 parts: pre-write, draft, revise, edit, and then share. But for the one lesson experience, just pre-write, draft, and share. Now, there are 3 parts to the writing lesson plan. There's a purpose statement. Students will write, that's open-ended, that's their choice, or students will write about something. There is the pre-writing activity, and I'll show you some of these, gets them ready to write. And what you do before writing is just as important as what happens during writing. There's the actual writing experience or the writing time. This could be anywhere from 3 minutes to 10 or 15 minutes. And then there's post-writing sharing. I guess there are 4 parts. I said 3 parts. And you can share a lot of different ways with a buddy, pair, small group, whole class, create a book, magic circle, a couple of different ways. We're going to look at 3 types of writing lesson plans or writing experiences or writing classes. And let's take a look at the teacher-directed first. Here's where you have a prompt of some sort. You want students to write about something. Boys and girls, tell us about an experience where you were afraid. All right, so students will write about a time when they were afraid. Now, here's the joy of a writing prompt. This is an example of an open-ended writing prompt, but it's one in which all students have had the experience. Anyone can write about being afraid because every kid has been afraid at some point. Pre-writing activity, something as simple as turn to your buddy, share 3 ideas, and then you can begin. Students are writing 5 to 10 minutes. And as a teacher, you're always looking for the energy to leave when you see students are about done. All right, take another minute. And then we'll be sharing. And the sharing part is the magic. It's what makes the lesson come alive. That's the first type. The second type of lesson is a prime the pump lesson. Here, students will write. Here you read a short paragraph or a short story that you have written or that you have found to prime the pump. Your lesson plan should say prime the pump, and you have your story right there. Then ask students to do something like, or say something like, what thoughts or ideas went through your head as you listened? What do you want to say? Have you had a similar experience? We've got about 10 minutes today. Write the ideas in your head. You'll be sharing in a large group. All right. So you prime the pump by reading a story that you've written, ideally, or a short paragraph. What does it make you think of? What do you want to write? Describe something similar. Students write 5 to 10 minutes or until the pencil stops moving, and then some sort of sharing activity. And at the end of these, I like students to put their drafts, and this is a draft, in their file folder. And these are used during writing time. They can decide which one of these drafts they want to take to the revision or the editing stage. And the last is an open-ended lesson plan. Here, students will write. And ideally, they have a list of topics in their writing journal. But you say, take a minute to decide what you want to write about today. And they can look in their portfolio for a list of writing topics. And then on a sheet of paper, quickly list some things you'd like to say about your topic, and they write without thinking. When you get 7, you begin your sloppy copy. And again, write for 5 to 10 minutes. Older students, maybe a little bit more. Sharing of some sort. Find a friend you haven't spoken with. Share your story. I'll be looking for 2 people to share in large group. And again, they put their drafts or sloppy copies in their file folder. Remember, writing prompts, a teacher-directed lesson plan. You want students to write from within themselves to the greatest extent possible, writing about their experiences that they might have had. Instead of tell me about the day in the life of a shoe, that's external and it's cute, but it's someone else's cute. Writing prompts, it's very common to have a lame writing prompt. Always test them out on yourself. How would I respond to this prompt? If you have trouble responding, I guarantee you, your students will have trouble responding as well. Students will write about, that's the purpose, so either write or write about, some pre-writing activity, keep it simple, the writing part, and then the post-writing sharing.